with Long Distance Gamers, and today I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of Vantage. So thankfully the game is very easy to set up. I have all the books right here. We just needed the dice, and I think it does tell you on these books actually, but you get 8 dice plus 2 per player. We're doing a 1-player game, so we get 10 dice. I have the box right here, which has, of course, all of the nice numbers. I do, we put these face up. I put these offset a little bit so I can easily see the number. And then, I have a notebook because I have horrible memory, so I can keep track of the locations I do visit, and I can check if I've done an action, so that if for some reason I go back to the same location, I can remember that, oh wait, this doesn't just look familiar. This isn't from another play. I've actually done it this game. I think that's it. Yeah, so in 1-player game, we get 10 dice. It says, create this with a total of 8 dice plus 2 per player. I choose this side so that way the dice can be closer to me, and because I always forget this, the very first time you have a completed grid, you're supposed to grab this destiny card. I may or may not remember it in this play, but let's go ahead and grab location 000. So weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the Traveler, your ship arrives in an orbit of an uncharted planet. Create a total challenge dice pool using 8 dice plus 2 per player. So this tells you to do it. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomized. We're going to do randomized. Okay. Haven't played yellow yet, which is the take skill. So I'm going to be very good at taking stuff. So I get that skill plus its matching character. So I will also get this to put inside here for my locations. And I will get 1439. 1439 is in here. 35. 1439. Okay. So I am Ariel the Engineer. That is who I am. So I immediately get 2 boosts because this has a 1 placed. And I have reroll 1 challenge dice, gain this take if it is unchanged, or transfer 1 reserved card into your grid. Okay, so we'll place that. I will grab my yellow tokens here. It says each player sets your time, morale, and health trackers to match their character color. 2, brazen, daring, practical, or cautious. It suggested doing daring for your first one, and I've just been doing daring ever since. Got me very close to this 0 last time, but we'll see about this time. The first player gains 2 skills at random and places the matching mission in the center. Okay, so since, I'm the only player, I am also the first player. So I get a look and an overpower, and I don't have these memorized. They're on the side of this box. So that's one of the reasons why I keep the box here, because I would not remember that if so. Okay, and I don't think my cat is coming back, so we will just put that down there. Okay, so I gained these 2 skills, and I need to find that matching. So, here we are. So I'm going to look for 1594. 1594, and there's 89, 93, 94. Okay, so exploit the planet's natural resources. So I want to have at least 2 crystals of different colors in grids and or reserve. If you do, I get to read that book. So I'm looking for crystals. Okay, and I can have these various actions. So I can pivot, research, plead, hone. Okay, so this will go in our mission spot. These can go back. I have these. Okay. Then everyone goes to location 001, which can be found on the back of the Book of Secrets. So, Book of Secrets 001. The ship malfunctions. You have mere seconds to escape. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize. Place the matching location in their location holder and simultaneously follow the instructions on that card. So, okay. So now we got an engage. So I'm just collecting all of these flavors. So that gets me map 004. So this is going to be my vantage point. Each player should now have 2 skill tokens from the location in step 2 of 00. The first player, and the only player in a solo player game, should have 4 skill tokens. Okay, so that's that. So I am on location 004. So notice this does not have any back. So when you're playing a multi-player game, this will go here. And no one can see the back of the cards because they are double-sided for each locations. So this is our Vantage. Very, very beautiful. Looks like we might be going into a wet area of the world. Your escape pod seals tight, ejecting towards the planet in a completely different direction of the others. Gain 2 random skills and crash onto the matching location. I may re-roll pairs to get an easier location. Okay, so I get a look and a move. A move and a look. Okay. Keep this location card 004 in the holder to obscure the back of your new location and future locations you visit. So, oh, that's right. I need to find that on here. Okay, so it is 144. That is where I'm going. So I take this card and I will place it in location 144 area. Okay, so this will go here and 144. So we're going to write down 144. Okay. So this is 286, so I know that it's in this first section, which I know you can't see, which actually I can put this over here now that the kitty's gone. So that way you could see. Oh, and then it does have the setback time, morale, health, and blank no penalty for the dice options, which are these dice. Okay. Where am I going? 144. So 144. 144. Okay, so that's 46. So this is 144. And, oh, I must have put this back in the wrong order. So this should be 144. Yeah. So it's 144 where I'm going. Okay, so if you were in a multiplayer game, you could have this, you know, as what everybody sees. But then you could be like, okay, it looks like I'm looking at a waterfall and some plant-like thing maybe in front of it that has some cool blue symbols on it and really beautiful mountains with some birds flying in the distance. And that would be what everyone else would get to hear. You could also say this on the bottom. So mist from the nearby waterfall beads onto your forearms as a serene sentience awaits your approach. Okay, so that thing I was describing earlier must be a sentient. So I could follow, learn, trade, assist, pickpocket, or fight. So those would be my options. And that's what everyone would see. They wouldn't get to see what's on this card, but you do. So that is what I got to see. And that's what I can explain. And it will give me options once I'm done in this location to travel. Ones that I don't know the cost to, and ones that will only cost 1. But, okay, that is what you would normally see. I'm actually going to put this back in here because it's a solo game. We don't need it. So we actually don't need this 004 either. So I can put that back. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can only do one location action per card unless it tells you to continue or you may continue. Then you could do another action on it. But who do I want to learn because I have a couple of those? Or do I want to follow it because I feel like that's going to be good, but I feel like following is going to be difficult. They'll probably have me fly somewhere or something. And then also, instead of doing a location action, I could do any of the actions on this mission card or any of the actions on my character card. I have learned that doing these actions early on are good. They can help you with stuff. So I think I'm going to do the equip action on my 1439. So what I do is I find the help, which is that symbol. The equip is just kind of a thematic word, but the help is kind of the overarching. So I find the help storybook. I find card 1439. 1439. So I can equip, and it's a 4. And I just realized I don't have any. So I'm going to be getting hurt with these. How much? We don't know. Okay, so I have 2 times a heart. So I can put the time here. And if you're playing a multiplayer game, these are impact ones. Anyone can put them there. But I will definitely put that one there. And then I feel like hearts, your health gets more damage. So putting it here means I get a boost token, which I then will place on here. But unfortunately, that means I cannot place either of these 2 dice. So I place them here. The first time I played it was here. And then I lose 1 morale and 1 time. So it took longer, and I'm a little bit demotivated because of that. But I succeed because you always succeed. Your multi-tool, perform this action at most once per game. So I'm going to write down 1439 is the card that I'm on. And I have a look action, an engage action, and an equip action. And I've already done the equip action. The multi-tool has taught you that there is no such thing as a locked door. Gain item 1303. So I come over here. 1303. 1303. So I get a multi-tool. Looks like a wrench, a screwdriver. Okay. Oh, I did a green action, so I couldn't even place this here because this is only for that action. So I'll have to place that there as well, which will cost me a heart. Forgot about that. But I get this tool. So if it gets 2 tokens on here, I can gain one of these take tokens or gain my first personal objective, which would be nice to do. Okay, so do I want to do another location or do I want to do this master? Because I have a few more spots, but I don't have any purple. I do have these 2 purples though. So that would lessen it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do master just so that I could start off with just a little bit more. So we're going to do 1439 and we're going to do it in the look storybook. So 1439. Oh, too far. Here's it's between 1439. Right? 1439. So I'm doing this. So it's a 5 master. So I'll roll 3 dice. This might be dangerous. Okay, so this one is a nothing, so I can immediately put it right there. This is a basically it goes back basically it goes back to here if I can't place it, which I can't, but at least that doesn't hurt me right now. it just causes this pool to dwindle slower. And then I can't place this one because this is an equip, or not an equip, a help action only. So I will place it there, and I will lose some more time. So I've lost quite a bit of time, some health, and some morale just trying to get this tool and whatever this master is. So I get to master some survival skills. And this is another once per game. You master some skills that may help you survive on this planet. Gain experience card 1458. So 1458. Where are you? 58. 57, 58, here we go. So, if full, so this one will, I get to place a green, and I get to do one of those re-roll ones whenever I do that overpower action, and I get a heart. But if this is ever full, at the end of my turn, I must lose this card. I gain a couple of these skill tokens, and I may then replace my character, transferring their boost with another card, which basically just means that I would get a little bit better at whatever skill. Okay. That was 1439. So I also gain 1 help and 1 overpower. Okay. So I am getting quite a bit of these. Okay. So now I could choose to buy. I don't have any gold. I've only tried the buy once, and I had to have gold, and so it was a waste of action. So, let's see what trouble we can get into now. So I could follow, learn, trade, assist, pickpocket, or fight. I do have one of these, and I have a blue spot, so that will make this blue follow a little bit easier. I have quite a few of these reds, and I have quite a few greens. But I kind of want to, I don't really, or I could assist. Assist is good. Assist could be good. So yeah, so we'll do the assist action. So I'll find it in the help storybook, page 144. And this will be my action. So we'll cross that off. Okay. Who assists the sentience? It's a 6. Well, there's 1. 4. I need 1 more dice. There's no more dice. So first we refresh all of these, and then I'll grab my 5th one. Okay, so assist the sentient. Okay, a nothing, nothing, nothing. A time and a time. So we can put a green time here. We could put a time here, but I'm actually going to put the time in this green spot. So that way I could get this boost, because improving this character could be really helpful. So, yes. So I didn't have to take any damage. Yay. The sentience is slow to accept your aid, but they acknowledge that their task is bigger than them. The element to the north is disrupting the balance of nature, and they seek to quell the threat. Gain either item 861 or sentient 1352. So I have to choose. Do I want to gain an item, or do I want to gain that sentient? I feel like that sentient might be able to help me explore this area a bit better. No, I have no idea where I am in this world. So yeah, so we'll do 1352 to do that sentient. Okay. And I'll never know what item 861 is. Okay. Oh, that's cute. That's a sentient, which, I mean, looks pretty much exactly like that one. So green, blue, and if I do one of an action for that, which I forget what that even means. I know there's something that it stands for. So if I do one of these actions on this card, I could put the die there. So when placed, I get 2 of these. So, to spend a cube, I could gain a cube on an adjacent card or view page 14 on the Book of Vantages. So I'll go ahead and put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. So when placed, I get 2 cubes on it. If it's ever empty, I lose this card. Okay. Oh. What did it say anything else to do? Or did I just gain that card? Okay, yep, that's it. So I'm done with the actions here. I have my sentient. If I do a brew action, I could put the dice there. Good to know. So I have Cayenne the Horticulturist. That is the sentient that I have befriended, maybe. But it does cost a cube to put a cube here. So, okay. I'm done with this. So I could either go to 143, 429, or go north or south. I don't have any blues, so I think it'd be wise to just go to one of these one space ones, because I don't know how hard going north. I'd probably have to go up that waterfall and up those cliffs, and that would be a long, treacherous journey, so that would be like 6 to who knows. So I'm just going to go ahead and follow, or not follow. I'm going to go ahead and go to, well, 143 would probably be this way. I mean, we know it's that way, but 429, that's like, might be a long ways that way. So I'm going to go to 143. So it's 1 die that I could pay, or I could just pay this 1 token and be good. So I'm going to swap this for 143, which means I move this right here, and I grab this 152, and oh, looks like a shipwreck or something. After its rapid descent through the atmosphere, exposure to the salty air has quickly roasted the protective hull of your spaceship. Okay, and there's some hills, so I get to see my spaceship. It's definitely degraded. Okay. So we're at 143. Okay. So I could squeeze, I could search, I could link, I could repair, I could salvage, or I could cleave. Might be handy to search, even though I don't have any purple. So maybe I should do a yellow action, which would be salvage, which could be handy because I have 2 of those. Yeah, let's do salvage. So that is a take action, so I'm uniquely able to do takes. So 143. 143, where are you? There you are. So it's salvage, so it's a 2. I'll use 1 and roll 1. Okay. So I could put it here. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it here just so I could get this cube. And then that way I could do the personal objective. And I also really want to see page 14 in the Book of Vantage. But let's finish this action first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Gain either some metal scraps or a circuit board. I get some spare parts from the wreckage. Well, metal scraps might help me fight. Circuit board would help me get parts for repairing stuff, maybe? I mean, I do have these, so... And this one would get me health, so I guess I'm kind of encouraged to do the fighting more. I'll get the scraps. 1184. 1184. Okay, 1184, nothing continuing on. Okay. So I got a resource. So if I do an action in that location, I could place the die there. Otherwise, it's kind of nothing. So I could do a help action that costs 2 To craft into a more advanced item, replace this with a metal knick-knack or a quick draw. Okay. And I cannot forget, I did that. I did the salvage. Okay. So we'll place that right there. Yeah, okay, so we can make it into something. So it did not tell me to continue on, so I could either leave this location or I could do one of these actions. I don't want to duel my sentient. Let's go ahead and pay a cube though. So that way we could look at Book Advantage, page 14. Tell me what you know. Okay, 14. Okay. So, map of lotuses. Okay, so if we want lotuses, this is where we would go. So we can see all of these. And also something in the look, it tells you like what section you're in, so it'll tell you if you're in K or not. I won't be able to remember this. So let's go ahead and close that. So we got to look at the page 14. Okay, so we know there's some lotuses around. What else can we do other than leave? Oh, we could do pivot, research, plead, or hone. I have this token. There is none of these overpowers. Kind of want to research. But I don't have any place to put any of those dice. I need some purples. I think it would probably be best if I leave. So I will go ahead and do 148. Cost me 1. I could spend these 2 to get that one that I need, or I could roll a die. But I think I'm going to go ahead and spend those 2 to get what I... No. I do need to go through these dice so they can reset. Oh, and it was a nothing. I'm okay with that. Oh. And I have a spot for a blue star. Okay, so turning in 143 to get a 148. 148. I have another mixed up one. I wonder what I did there. Oh, okay, so 148. Ooh, it looks like I'm on the sea, so I'm getting a message from the sentient. This quiet shoreline leads to a distant north, and the sea stretches to the west. So I could approach, scan, consult, share, gather, or fish. Well, fish might help me. Or gather might help me. I do have a spot for gathering. Kind of want to approach to find out what they know. I do have a spot for one more die, but I should probably fish because I have those, right? That's what I should do. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the fishing. Okay. So 148 and the overpower. Okay. Fish for food. Cost 3. So we have to do 1. And it's a nothing, so I get no damage. Okay, so roll 3 dice up to 3 times, always rolling. Roll 1 extra dice if you pay a maximum of 1 boost from food or flora. I do not have that. Okay, up to 3 times. So we'll roll these 3 dice. Okay. Oh, not those dice. 3 of these dice. Okay. Okay, so roll one. Based on the number of overpowering the final results, gain the final. Well, I have 2 out of 3. That's actually a pretty good roll, so I'm going to keep that. So I caught a medium-sized fish, gain 1 health and one boost. So the boost that you gain always goes to your character. Okay. So I got some health back. That's good. Just like I kind of wasted that though. Okay. So that was my action. So I did my action. So I could go back to 143, or I could go over to 149, or I could go to the distant north, and the sea stretches to the west. So I feel like it would be a treacherous journey to the north. So I'll just do 149, which I believe is just the other side of this. Yes. Okay, so now it's some green. Looks like there was some falling debris or something. And I get another message from the sentient. There is magic in these hills if you stand in the right place at the right time. I'm impressed you made it this far, given how steep the hill is to the south. Okay, so the south will be a treacherous journey if we choose to go that route. Okay, so we could dance, inspect, consult, which I do have one of those tokens. Build, gather, or dig. Maybe it could tell me what magic I have if I do that. I have 2 dice left. I have a spot for this. I don't feel like I want to dig. So, and I have a spot for that, but it would cost me to lose this. Which reminds me, I probably should, before I lose this one, I probably should learn from this. So I'm actually going to do my learn. So 1352, we'll do it in here. 1352. Let's learn. Teach me something. 1350. It's a 5. Oh my goodness. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have 2 nothings. We have 2 that could go back and a star. So we're doing purple, which none of these are purple. This could go here. And then these 2 have to go back. I don't have anything else I can do with them. But I get to learn something. I get to learn from the sentient's expertise. The sentient patiently teaches you how to brew flora into potions without poisoning yourself. Gain ability 1476. So, yay, I get to do some stuff without hurting myself. 1476, right? I was on 1352. 1476, 1476. Okay. So I have the ability to brew. So when I brew, I could pay 2 to put them here, or get 1 to put it there. And then when I have 2 on here, I could also get a green token. Gain the results of a brew action. If that action was on the floor of your grid, keep that flora instead of losing it. Okay. So we'll put that there. Okay, so I can brew. And this is a spot that I could put a brew die. That's a spot I could put a brew die and get a die. Okay, so I want to brew. If I have that option. Which I do not. Okay. I should probably write down that I did that, because that was definitely a once per game, right? So 1352, I can learn, which I just did, right? Flirt. I could swindle, or I could duel. Okay. So I do want to dance, inspect, consult, build, gather, or dig. E-dig, e-dig, e-diggity dig. I kind of want to do a build action, maybe. But I still need to do this research action, don't I? Pivot, research, plead, or hone. Yeah, let's do this research action first. Just for kicks and giggles. So 1594. So we're on card 1594. We can pivot. We can research. We can plead. And we can grow. And we're going to be doing research. 1594. 1594. Research. It takes 2. I have nothing. Okay, so this time can go on this time. Unfortunately, this health is not able to do that, but that's okay. I have more health than everything else, so I'd rather lose that anyways. So research how you can complete the mission. This action can be performed at most once per game. You work for a mega corporation, Calligraph Corp, and you've been tasked with locating and gathering precious minerals from various plants. Your ship's sensor indicates that powerful crystals are abundant in the world, some in constant motion in the bodies of others remaining in one place under skeletons. Gain the map of skeletons 1254. Okay. And that was it. Okay. So, navigate, I can put a dice there. I can put the reroll there. When placed, I get to gain 1 per adjacent card. Oh man, I only will get 1. So I could spend 2 to gain 1 of the move tokens. I could spend 1 to view the page in the book advantage until the end of the turn, which I get 1 per adjacent card. So I get 1. Woo! Okay. So that's it. So now I can know, except I have no idea where I'm at. But these are all the skulls. Sorry. You probably want to see what I'm seeing. So you get to see all the skulls. They're in all those locations. Maybe I'm nearby one. Okay, let's put that there. So yeah, so I could dance, inspect, consult, build, gather, or dig. I think I'm going to build because I do want to put cubes on this one to get there, and I have quite a few greens abilities. Although if I lose this, I lose that card. We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? Okay, so 149 doing a grow, right? Or help. Okay, so 149, we're doing a build. I have no tokens to use. 149, it's only a 2. Only. A reroll. So I could choose to put them back. I'm going to choose to put 1 back. I'm going to put 1 there so that way I can get another cube here. I want to get this one completed. Okay, there goes the kitty. You sketch out a few ideas of what you might make. Gain blueprint 1297. So 1297. Okay, so this is a blueprint. You want to see it? Okay, Panda, get your tail out of there. So, an ambition blueprint. I could spend 5 helps to assemble a building, lose this card, and gain the cartographer, embassy, tower, or outpost. It's an expensive build. Okay, come on. Come on. Let's get down. There you go. Okay. No, don't get... Okay, he's going to get up there. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so what was I doing? 149. So I just gained blueprint. Okay, so I've done my action on 149. Whew. I could do 3 blue brews. I have a brew there, a brew there. And I do have a green time there. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, it's gain the action of a brew, which I don't have. I could do this green 2, which, I mean, I have a green time and that's it. I could place a green there at the cost of this one last. Yeah, let's go ahead and do. We'll craft, because I want to get something better than that card. Okay, so this is a nothing. And I have a green time. So yay, that's actually the perfect roll. Okay, so I get to craft into a more advanced item. Replace this with a metal knickknack or a quick draw. I think the quick draw might be more helpful. So we'll go 909. 909. Oh, there it is. Okay, so if I descend, I can put it there. So if I get 3 of them, I get a time back. I could craft this into a more advanced item, which would gain steel campfires, a knife, or a frying pan. So I actually made that junk into something. And then this just gets discarded. So I'll just place that right there. I could choose to put it back in, but I'd rather not spend more time doing that right now. Okay. So I've done the action. I don't feel like I can really do anything else right here. So I need to exit. So I've already gone to 148. So I could go to 475 or 430. Or I could go down. But the hill is very steep to the south. So I feel like that would take a lot of time and energy. So, you know what? Let's go to 475. 475. Go north. Okay. So we'll put this here and then we will go to 475. Okay. 438, 76. So it should be this card right here, 474. Yeah, so it looks like there is a skeleton creature thing. Oh, and look, I'm on that location that matches that, so I would have been able to put the dice there. That's okay. Okay, so a wiry rodent the size of a house stiffens at you as you approach, its nose lifting to identify your intentions. Oh, wait, no, that looks like a skeleton. That might be the rodent, right? That looks more like a skeleton, and that be the rodent. I don't know. But look at that beautiful mountains. And some waterfalls in the distance. That's a pretty place. So I could guide, I could yield, I could coax. I do have this. I could try to catch it. I do have plenty of spaces for yellow. Yeah, let's catch it. Yeah, let's do that. So 475, we will be doing a take action. So 475. 475, this is a 4. So, oh, wait, no, this is, well, anyway, so 2, reset, 4. Okay, so 2 hearts, a nothing, and a setback. Okay, well, we could put a hearts here and get a cube, a boost. We could put a hearts here and get a boost. Ooh, so that means I'll be able to get my first personal objective. That's very handy. I will probably be doing that. And I don't think I have any space for this because that is strictly for a move, strictly for an overpower. So yeah, so that one will have to go back there. Okay, but I got to catch the animal. The nibble beast almost escapes into the brush, but you're too quick. The animal cries for help. Choose one. I could either tuck the animal under your arm and jump off the cliff, or I could stay here for a moment and attempt to calm the frightened animal. Do I want to stay and calm it, or do I want to tuck it and run? Because it must be frightened about something. And yeah, so we're going to tuck it and run and get out of here. Okay, so tuck the animal under your arm and jump off the cliff to the east of the water. Pay 1 move. Okay. Okay, that's a nothing. So I get to gain animal 831. Oh, I didn't even do an action over here. Oh, yeah, I did. That was my action. And then I'm going to go to 431. But I get to gain animal 831. Yeah. So. Oh, look at the cute little guy. It's a wild animal. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so the animal will be loyal to me when I get to there, and I could replace it with this other. Okay. So, before I do anything, the first time a player has a full grid, gain Destiny 1705. So 1705. Oh. Be right here. So survive until help arrives. Whenever a player ends their turn, they may add 1 token here. If they do, they gain a boost on their character. The game ends if there are 6 tokens here. Okay. I'm going to put it there because I've already gotten that done. I don't have to worry about it. This is a Destiny area. I think technically it's supposed to go there. But look, it fits so perfectly right here. Okay. So, end of my turn, I could put this token here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Because you can only put 1 token a turn. And that might be something we want to do. We're actually doing fine with this manner. Okay. And then I go to 431. Yeah, so 431. 431. There it is. Ooh, looks like a lot of ocean. So massive churning water spouts block your path. So I could dive, I could navigate, I could commune, practice, gather, or force. And my only option to go anywhere would be going to 149, which I've already been to, or going further out. Well, navigating, I have a spot for a navigate dice. I could dive. I have more of those spots. Or I could do practice because I really want to put 1 there. I really want to upgrade my person. So yeah, so let's do the practice. So 430, we are going to practice. 430. 430, practice. It is a 3. I have nothing. Nothing. Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. And a star, which we will put here. And oh, I was supposed to get my first personal objective. Okay, we will be doing these 2. Okay. Practice evasion techniques around, but not too close to the sea spouts. So practice my ability to swim, navigate, dodge, or evade, and I may continue, so I get to do another action. Let's do swimming. I feel like swimming will be very important. So we'll do 1460. 1460. Okay, but I don't have a spot to put it. So I have the ability to put 1 card in my reserve because of that. So I could gain swim actions. Requires underwater or nearby water. Moves to an adjacent location to gain the result. Dave, water, or surface action. Okay. Okay. Wait. I was supposed to go to 431, not 430. Whoops. Okay, for I did practice. So I don't have this one. I'll put that. Okay, whoops. Okay, so it's 431. 431. Or, well, 430. So I rolled 3 dice. Yeah, here's one. I think the other 2 were this. Okay. Well, we'll be doing release on 431, which is 5 dice. So we'll just need to roll 2 more, because we're counting that. Okay, and 2 health. Okay. So I can not put the star there because that's a blue. You can pay 1 to put there. I'm definitely going to put the hearts here, which then gets me the cube. You know what? I'm going to pay... Well, except that would just reset my die, but then I won't have to take the damage, so that's okay. Which resets the die. I have to discard this. Okay. Sorry. Oh, if this is your first visit here, roll 1 challenge dice in the center if possible. Okay. It was a nothing. Then go to 413. Okay. We're just going to say that I just came back here. I'm getting confused. So, whoopsies. Oh well. I'm here now. We're done. Okay. So yeah, so 431, we just did the release action, right? Oh, wait, no, I still need to suffer morale loss. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong. Release the elemental from its tether. Without its tether, the elemental imprints on you. Gain elemental 1398. If you have it, lose the matching elemental curse. So 1398. So I think we might have gotten the curse by going there. So 1398. So if you're watching this, yeah, whoopsies, sorry. Ooh, that's cute. It's a leaf elemental. I get to gain 3 from adjacent cards. Okay. If empty, lose this. Gain a heart and a grow token. So I could pay a cube to put a heart there. I could pay a cube to put a green there. Okay. And then I would gain a heart and that. Okay. So yeah, so that was my release. Which, yep, sorry, that was my bad. We've done the action. Okay. The 3 swirling water sparks churn the water around the leaf elemental. Okay, that was our thing. Okay, so we get to turn those. That dice resets. If full at the end of the turn, you must lose this card. I do get to gain a grow. And 1 of these. Your character must then be replaced, which transferring their boost. So this one will become 1445. 1445. 1445. Okay. I get to ignore heat damage. That's awesome. Oh, I'm a survivor. Reroll 1 of your challenge dice until the result changes. Treat all of your as blank all of your setbacks as blank results. Or transfer 1 reserve card to your grid. Okay. So I can also spend 2 of these to gain personal objective 1613. 1613. 1613. Okay. This is a goal objective. If you enter or are inside a building, read 1613 in the Book of Secrets. So if I enter a building, we have some fun stuff to do. Okay. Well, I've done my action here. I know that was a whirlwind, and yeah. So I can choose to either go north, south, west, or yeah, west, not knowing what's coming, or I could spend one action to go to 476. I'm going to still play it safe. I know, lame. So I'd spend one to go to 476. Yay, no damage. Okay, so that's 430. So 476. 476. 476. Okay. And it is 476. Ooh, looks like an island is up ahead with, ooh, a possible building. Despite the rolling waters of the south and the west, an island paradise sits above the tide. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so I could enter, which might actually make it so that I can fulfill my destiny, which would be crazy to have it fulfilled that early. I could spy, I could trade, I could offer, I could steal, or I could cut. You know what? Let's enter. Let's have some fun. Let's enter. Let's see. So I need my move, and we're going to enter 476. Okay. It takes 2. Okay, so I get a time and a star. So the star can go here. Yeah. The time can go here, which gets me a cube. Okay. Enter the building through the front door. A green sentient is standing by the window facing west. They don't seem to notice you. Go to interior 510. And that was my action. Okay, but that means I'm entering a building, so game might be over. I feel like I skipped a step with that water incident, but that's okay. Okay, so I have this building. A sentient faces away from you on the south side cottage. Still haven't gotten my mission done. So I could exit. I could search, which looks like I would be searching this roof. I could trade, so I'm guessing I would trade with the sentients. I could assist the sentients I'm stealing. I could steal something, or I could raid something. So yeah, so that's the location. And then I could exit back to 476, I'm assuming. So I am inside a building, so if I enter or inside a building, I could do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So read 1613 in the Book of Secrets, which I think is this book. Yeah, Book of Secrets, 1613. Let's make sure we read the right one, right, Liz? Okay. You grew up on the streets of a mega city, homeless at the young age after being abandoned by your parents. At first, you just barely scraped by, but you found a dry place to sleep and learn to steal. The rules that kept you alive was to steal only on the streets, never from any confined space with limited exits. The outside was your home, yet sometimes you catch yourself lingering too long at the windows of a warm bakery or home, wanting the comfort of walls and a roof. Lose objective 1613. Then gain 1 morale. Ooh, I gained a morale from that. And add objective 1619. So I get a new objective. So we didn't end the game. Yay. Because we still have plenty of health to go. We don't need rescue just yet. 1619. And it says add it horizontally to your supply. Open a treasure chest. Read 1619 in the Book of Secrets. But, right? That's what it meant. I think. It has a spot for... I think that's what it meant. Okay. So... that was in my turn. So I could choose to put one of these there, which I don't think I'm going to raid, so I'm going to put that there. Let's go ahead and assist, though. I have a green. I could pay to put a green. Okay, so yeah. So let's do 510 in the help. Okay, 510. 510. Oh, that's 507. 510, a 6. We're going to be assist the occupant of the building. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just put the rest there. Woo. Okay, well, we got a nothing and a nothing, so that's good. A green time, because we're doing the assist, that's green. We could put a star here. We could pay a cube to put... Ooh, we could pay a cube to put a heart there. Okay. That actually wasn't too bad. Okay, so the sentient stoutly refuses any assistance, yet they mention offhand that it would be nice if somehow the elements of the West were no longer a burden upon their people. To demonstrate their selflessness, they teach you some basic magic. Gain lesson 1419, or $3 if you already have this lesson, which I don't think I have any lessons. Yeah. So gain 1419. Okay. Then exit to 476. Okay. So, yeah, we'll be right back to where we were. So we'll do 476. So I can't do an action there because I've already done it. So level 1 magic. So I could do a purple learn. A basic spell. Tapping on the mana requires risk and sacrifice. Gain 1420. You may lose this card. Yeah, I think I need to put it there. Which, I could put this in reserve. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put this in our reserve. Let's see, we might want to build that later. Okay. Pan. Okay, so yeah, so go back to 1476. So, take... Or not 1476, 476. Should be this. So we're back to that island. We've done the action. So I can go to 431, which I've already been. I've already done my action there. Or I could go north, south, or east. Well, you'll get to see what you do. So, because I don't want to go right back to 431. So it'll be this booklet. So I have to say if I want to go north, east, or south. Let's go east. Putting a little E there because when I get there, that one's probably going to be a star and I won't remember. So 476. So 476 east is 2. Okay. Okay. So, ooh, this one goes there and I get a boost and then a time, which gets me a boost. Okay. Leap eastward off the waterfall towards an elemental... Oh, nope. 476 east. Swim east of the ocean surface. Gain 1 random skill and go to the ocean location matching its skill. Okay. I gain a skill. Ooh, I get a grow. Okay, so I go to... If it was move look, it would be that location. Anything else is 060. Okay. So come here, put this here, and then go to 060. Woohoo! And end of my turn, I can put one of these there, so I'm halfway to being rescued. Okay. So it looks like ocean. The pleasant sound of birds carries over the gentle ocean surface. So both actions are always available. I could dive and I could relax. I think I'm going to relax first because that might get me some of these back. And then I could dive and that might take me to a new location underwater, possibly. So, let's do the grow action. Or the help. So, help 060, which is actually relaxing. 060. Ah. X, relax. Well, I could always place a green there. Let's just roll all three. It was a nothing, a health, and a time. So I definitely want to put the time out here. So we'll pay a cube to put the time. And then that means I'll have to take a health. Owie. Because I don't think I have spot for any. Ooh. Wait, no, that's only a learn. Never mind. Never mind. So I've done 3. So relax in the pleasant bird song. Refresh X challenge dice to your grid. You may not refresh dice placed during this action. Then if there are no dice on your grid, I would gain 1 health. Well, that's not going to happen. So, what actions am I going to want to do? I think I placed this one, right? I cannot take that one off. Well, let's do a health, a time, and a star. Okay, so I get to roll a skill die. And go where the tide takes you. So I do a move. So I'm going to be at 057. And yeah, I don't get that one. Aw. Well, geez, I was just trying to relax. Now the tide is taking me away. Okay, so 57. Oh my goodness. I lose a heart. I have 1 more heart left. That's not good. A Titanic alien kraken rises from the water and attacks. Both actions are always available. I could dive or I could defend. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should learn how to do a spell first. Oh my goodness. Wow, yeah, I definitely am going to take 2 of these off to grab this. And 2 of these off to grab another one of those because I'm going to try to dive. I know that's going to be costly. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a spell. Okay, so I'm going to do a learn action. If I roll a heart, I get that spell. If not, I gain lesson 1420. Okay, let's try to learn some magic. Okay, I got a time. There's no time. There's no time. Okay, so I have to down to 1 on health and 1 on time. I'm gonna at the end of my turn because I do 1 action per turn. Yeah, I'm gonna put that there. I might need rescued. Okay, so gain lesson 1420. I may lose this card. Okay, so yeah, learn a simple spell. Tapping the mana requires risk and sacrifice. Okay, so yeah, so this is a level 2 magic card, which we'll just discard over here now that my cat's right there. Okay, yeah, that was the end of my turn, so I put that there. So I'm going to dive. Yeah, we're gonna Oh, not that one. We're not departing. We are moving. So we're going to dive for 057. Probably in the very front. It's a 2. I don't think I'm actually going to spend this because I want to at the end of my turn put it there. And then I only need one more token. Oh, they're both rerolls. Aw, too bad. Too bad that blue one's right there. Yeah, I don't think these can go anywhere, so they'll just go right there. Dive into the depths of the ocean, leaving all vehicles to the whims of the waves. Lose all vehicle cards, if any. I don't think I have any vehicles. If you are enveloped in water, as your eyes adjust, you find yourself in the aquatic world. Go to either 645 or 646, where you get to ignore hypoxia damage upon arrival. That's good. 645 sound good? Yeah, let's go 645. Okay, and then it's the end of my turn. I only need one more of those tokens. And then I can get rescued. Which I may need. 645. Because I am hurting. Okay, 6. Oh, wow. You suffer 1 hypoxia damage, but remember, I got to ignore that one. A large sentient looms in front of you. Surface is always available. I could yield, I could talk, I could offer, I could rob, or I could fight. I don't think I want to fight. I don't have any reds left. I do want to refresh so that way I could get... I want to do a yellow so that I could put it there so that I could get this so I could refresh so I could get rescued. I think I need to rescue. Looks like I'm going to be robbing this guy. Poor little fish creature. I mean, look at how scary he looks. And I'm going to be robbing him. Whew, this might be the end of me. We shall see. But I have quite a few places to put anything yellow, so... Okay. So we're going to go 645. 645, 645. Oh, 3. So I'm going to be refreshing all the dice, too. Okay, so rolling 3. So I'm going to rob the sentients of their weapon. Okay, well, I'm definitely putting... I could put this here, which will still get me what I want. And then I can put that there, paying this, which will refresh this card, this dice. But I gain a health and a grow token. Okay, we'll put this card right there. And then I still have to place this, but I think I'm just going to put it right there. Delay the refreshment a little bit. So the sentience is just as impressed as they are bewildered that you pulled a fast one on them, and they let you keep the weapon without a fight. Gain 1038. $10.38. So what did I get? Before I do that action, I could pay 1 look to gain 2 of those. When placed, I do get one of these. And it's a pulse gun. I could pulse with a sentient animal around me. Choose a challenge die, re-roll it, and all unplaced challenge die matching it. Okay. And then I'm going to, because it's the end of my turn, I did do an action at this location. It did not say continue. Okay. So when a player, you may add 1. If they do, they gain... Oh. I was gaining boost tokens all the time for those. Okay, I know I placed at least... I don't think I did any of them. I'll just take all of them then. The game ends if there are 6 tokens here. And I can read 1705, so I am going to get rescued. Right? In the Book of Secrets, right? Yep, 1705. The roar of the engine fills the sky, and rescue class vessels with your fleet encounters the planet's atmosphere. You figure they would eventually find you. Choose a player to become the active player. Perform one of the following actions. So I can move for 10, look, engage, help, take, or overpower. So I would hijack the vessel. Or just hijack. Sorry, I can't read the rest of it. I could overpower, I could target. But I think I want to help. I want to praise them. So we will be doing a green 1. And we got no penalty. Yay. Praise and appreciate the rescue team for their efforts ending your adventure. Okay. So, I actually never looked, and because at the beginning here it tells you that regions A through P are indicated on each location number, so it'd be like 451P, for instance, which would help you know where you wanted to go for these skeletons, which would help us find the crystals, I guess. But I got rescued. I didn't meet my goal. I got 1 destiny done. I didn't even meet my goal objective here because I never opened a treasure chest. But I got out safely, and I'll be able to come back with a little bit more knowledge of the planets and maybe complete my mission next time, or tell them that they need to get me better equipped, because holy smokes, this planet is a challenge. But thank you very much for watching. I definitely appreciate you tuning in, especially this is a longer video, so I appreciate you sticking through all of this. Definitely enjoy Vantage. This is my 3rd or 4th play, I can't remember. But I am really enjoying the game. I want to play it multiplayer because I really enjoy it solo. It has very much engagement, but I feel like being able to hear people describe their locations and just try to envision it without actually getting to see it would be interesting. Having someone to talk over, like, okay, should I really rob this guy? Do we really want to rob him? Or could we try to offer something to him? Like, talking about that with someone would be interesting. But yeah, I'm enjoying my playthrough. I definitely want to experience this world more. This is a fantastic job on Jamie's part for the beautiful world he's created, the interesting gameplay, and it doesn't feel super punishing. I mean, I did get within 1 time of losing the game, and so that can put a little crunch on you, but that's pretty much it. You can mitigate it by doing actions that you know you can place dice for easily, or tokens that you have here that you could use to boost that as well. But yeah, definitely am loving this game. But thank you very much for watching, and until next time, just remember to have fun, be present, and be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you find value in our content, please like, comment, or subscribe. Let a friend or family member know that we exist. Help us spread our channel and bring remote gaming to a table near you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.